We took a trip from Bangalore to Munnar in January 2026. Starting early in the morning from Bangalore helped us avoid the traffic congestion near Salem. Throughout the journey, we traveled along roads lined with coconut trees on both sides. Coconut trees are often celebrated as symbols of tropical beauty and serenity. With tall, slender trunks rising skyward, they create an elegant silhouette against the horizon. Their long, arching leaves sway gently in the breeze, adding a sense of RH. We traveled to Kerala via Salem, Dindigul, Theni, and stopped at the Poopara viewpoint.
As you approach Munnar, endless stretches of tea gardens welcome you with breathtaking scenery. Kerala is the largest producer of small cardamom in India, contributing more than half of the country's output. Grows best in the Western Ghats, Idukki, Wayanad, and Palakkad districts, at altitudes of 600 to 1,500 meters. Requires humid climate, rich forest soil, and shade, often cultivated under tree cover in plantations. Munnar's roads are beautiful but narrow. Ongoing infrastructure improvements aim to make them safer and more manageable for travelers. Traveling through the roads of Kerala's cardamom country is a deeply immersive experience that blends natural beauty with cultural richness. The air carries a subtle, spicy aroma of cardamom pods, mingling with the freshness of mountain breezes. Tall, leafy shoots rise under the shade of forest trees, creating a layered green canopy that feels both wild and cultivated. The rustle of leaves, chirping of birds, and distant hum of plantation life add a gentle rhythm to the journey. The area is dotted with cardamom gardens, tea estates, and coffee farms, creating a lush green tapestry. Pleasant weather year-round makes it a refreshing stop, less crowded compared to Munnar's main town. Protected forest areas nearby add to the richness of biodiversity. Rows of cardamom plants in Munnar create a truly enchanting sight. The plants are neatly arranged in rows, their tall leafy shoots rising gracefully under the shade of forest trees. Against the backdrop of tea gardens and rolling valleys, the cardamom rows add depth and texture to the scenery.
Cardamom plants begin yielding pods by the 3rd year after planting, with peak productivity around the 5th year. The pods grow in clusters at the base of leafy shoots. Farmers pluck ripe pods individually to avoid damaging the seeds inside. Harvesting is done at intervals, as pods ripen gradually over several months. It requires patience and skill, often referred to as cultivating green gold. The Sengilam, also called Chengilam Dam near Munnar, offers a peaceful and scenic experience that blends nature, leisure, and adventure. Built across the Muthirapuja River, the dam creates a tranquil reservoir surrounded by hills and valleys. The calm waters reflect the Western Ghats, making it a perfect spot for photography and sunset views. The area is less crowded compared to Machupeti or Kundala, giving it a more serene atmosphere. The longest zipline in India is the Eagle's Flight zipline in Munnar, Kerala. About 1.8 kilometers, making it the longest in the country. The zipline crosses over picturesque tea valleys and mountain vistas, giving the sensation of soaring like an eagle. This makes Munnar not only famous for its tea and cardamom plantations but also a hub for adventure tourism. In Munnar, paddy cultivation is not as widespread as tea or cardamom, but it does exist in certain valleys and low-lying areas, adding to the region's agricultural diversity. Paddy fields here are usually small, terraced plots nestled between hills, often interspersed with spice and tea plantations. Farmers grow rice during monsoon and post-monsoon seasons when water availability is high. Many fields are still cultivated using traditional methods, though mechanization is slowly being introduced in Kerala's paddy farming. The Anna Dam viewpoint near Munnar is one of the most captivating spots in Kerala's high ranges. The dam creates a vast lake surrounded by rolling tea plantations, dense forests, and misty hills. The nearby Tata tea plantations add a lush green backdrop, making the viewpoint especially photogenic. Compared to busier tourist hubs, Anna offers a quieter, more peaceful atmosphere. The viewpoint is ideal for sunrise and sunset shots, with reflections of hills and plantations on the lake. The tea gardens of Munnar are among the most iconic and breathtaking landscapes in Kerala, often described as the soul of the hill station. Rolling hills covered in meticulously trimmed tea bushes stretch endlessly, creating a sea of green that changes shades with the light. The cool climate and frequent mist add a dreamy, ethereal quality to the scenery, making every view feel like a painting. Estates like Kolakumalai, the world's highest tea plantation, and Machupeti showcase colonial-era charm, blending history with natural beauty. Visitors can explore tea factories, learn about processing, and taste freshly brewed varieties while surrounded by plantations. The symmetry of tea rows, winding paths, and misty valleys make Munnar a favorite for photographers and nature lovers. Walking or driving through Munnar's tea gardens feels calming and timeless. The rhythmic rows of tea bushes, the fragrance of fresh leaves, and the sight of workers plucking tender shoots connect you to both nature and tradition. In Kerala, tea gardens are owned and managed by a mix of large plantation companies, cooperative estates, and private planters. One of the largest tea estates in Kerala, originally established by the British, now run as a cooperative, with thousands of workers holding shares in the company. Managed by companies like KDHP, Tata Tea, historically, and other plantation groups. Families or individuals owning smaller estates, often passed down generations. Unique to Kerala, where plantation workers collectively own shares and participate in management. The Government Botanical Garden in Munnar is a refreshing attraction that blends leisure with education, making it a must-visit for nature lovers. Just 1 kilometre from Munnar bus stand, on the Munnar-Thekedi Road. A lush, well-maintained garden featuring ornamental plants, native species, spice plants, like cardamom, pepper, cinnamon, and medicinal herbs. Unlike Munnar's tea estates, the Government Botanical Garden offers a curated glimpse into Kerala's biodiversity, making it both relaxing and educational. It's a perfect stop to balance plantation tours with a quieter, informative experience. Thank you for watching this video.